Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video we will discuss how we can write a plugin to do a n:n relationship entity and tables scenario. Let us understand this scenario that I am going to build. There is a table called as e-doctors, and there is another table called as e-medicines. You can see, right? In the e-medicines I have name of the medicine and the category, right? Category can be diabetes or urology. Like that, in doctors I have doctor name and department. So my requirement is every time I add doctors I can define department, and every time I define e-medicines, then I can define the name of the medicine and the category of the medicine. Now my requirement is whenever a doctor is opened, let me say this is the doctor, and this doctor belongs to department diabetes. Now if there is a relationship between n:n relationship, then I can go to related e-medicines for this doctor, and I can keep adding add existing e-medicines. When I will click add existing medicines, I can choose one of the medicines or multiple medicines from this list, because I can associate multiple e-medicines to this doctor because n:n relationship there. Now as this medicines are from different category, the restriction is user should not add different category medicines to a doctor. For example, let's say this doctor belongs to diabetes department. That means you cannot add any medicines which are non-diabetic medicines. For example, if you click add existing medicine, I can choose Pios 15, which is a diabetic medicine, but trospium 15 is not a diabetes medicine. This is a urology medicine. If you go here, you can check in e-medicines we have these two are from diabetes and these are urology. But my requirement is only if this is the doctor diabetes, then I should only associate those medicines which are diabetes category. You cannot add any medicine which are from other category or non-diabetic medicines for diabetes department doctor. So let us see how it works. Now let me open this doctor. I will go to related e-medicines. I will try to add just mind it, this doctor is from diabetic department, right? If you go to here, you can check. Now I want to add a diabetic medicine. Click on add existing, click on Pios, click on add. Now there will be no issue. The e-medicine record will be associated with this doctor, okay, so without any issue. But when I will choose a non-diabetic medicine, let me click on add existing and choose this one, which is a urology medicine, right? So I can choose this and click on add. When I will try to add this non-diabetic medicine for this diabetic doctor, it should show error. You cannot add non-diabetic medicines for this doctor, right? Because this is my requirement, right? So there is two entities, and when I am trying to associate one entity to another entity, then I have to restrict according to some condition, right? Can you see that the category diabetes, I can add another diabetic medicine, let's say this one. I can click on add. The diabetes medicine will be added here. This doctor is from diabetes. Now I cannot add any medicines which are non-diabetic category. So how I can do that? How I can restrict? How this error is coming whenever I will add non-diabetic medicine? How this error is displaying? This is done through plugins, right? Let us see how it works and how I have designed this. First thing, I have designed the table. I will go to Power Apps and show you how I have designed the table. So this is the table, and in this table I have created two custom tables. First is e-doctor. Let me open e-doctor first, and the e-doctor I have taken 3 custom fields. Let me sort by custom. You can see this is the name and this is the department, right? And department stores the department the doctor belongs to, and name is the name of the doctor. And if you go to the relationship, you can see there is a n:n relationship between e-medicines and e-doctor, right? Now for n:n relationship, it doesn't create a column, you know that, right? For 1:n it creates a lookup control, but for n:n it doesn't create any lookup control, so the relationship only available. If you want to check the relationship name, you can click on this relationship name and you will get this name here, right? Now like that I have created another table called as e-medicines, and here I have also created two custom fields, category and choice, and this category lookup points to a choice field, urology and diabetes, and this is the department choice, and this choice is used for e-medicines category and the doctor department also, same choice is used. So I have reused the department for both department and category. Department choice pointing to the same department choice department, and also in the e-medicines the category points to the same choice field, so it will be easier to reuse the choice field. Now once it is done, also the relationship is built. One time you build this, then it will apply for both the entity. Once it is done, I have designed my form and I have added all the required columns to that form, and I have added these two columns to Sales Hub application in my work area, right? You know that how to edit sitemap, you can add two columns. I have added two sub areas. This sub area is pointing to doctor's entity, and this sub area points to e-medicines. Now I have designed the view also. I have added multiple medicines with different category, and here also I have added different categories. Now to restrict association of different department medicine to a doctor, I have to write the plugin. Now let us go to the plugin. I have created a plugin and write down and written this code. These are the generic codes that I have taken, that every plugin requires: tracing service, tracing object, context, then service factory, right? You can find this code in my GIT gist site. If you go to my website, you can find that code. Okay, if you go to this is my site, you can go to GIT snippet, and in the GIT snippet you can find my code here. So this is the code that I am working on, so you can download and test in your machine. Now let us understand the code. So first I have taken entity reference object, target entity, and relationship name is required, so I have taken relationship string and entity reference collection. And first I am checking if the context object input parameter contains relationship or not. If it contains a relationship property in the input parameter, I want to read the relationship name. Always remember, when we are creating a plugin for N/N relationship, the plugin should be registered in associate message, not create or not update, associate message. That's why we have, so this associate doesn't require also any entity. If you go here, I am telling you, if you go this I have already registered this plugin. If I will open this plugin, you can see the message, that the message step for this plugin is called as associate, and in the associate it doesn't require a primary entity or secondary entity, because associate message doesn't require a entity. Rather, for all association event the plugin will trigger. The only thing is we have to filter the association by relationship name in the plugin, as I have filtered here. If the relationship name is not this, then return, and if the relationship name is this, then do my logic, right? Because from where you get this relationship name, you get from your entity metadata, right? If you go to relationship, click on this relations, and you can see this is the name. But you can see after this name there is a thing called as dot referencing. So you have to use this dot referencing after your relationship name, otherwise it will not work. So once the relationship is created, we want to derive, or we want to declare the target entity for which I want to associate. So I have taken target entity, retrieved the input parameter target from the context stored here, and this is the doctor entity. And as this target entity belongs to the entity that I am trying to associate, so this stores the doctor entity, right? I want to associate medicines to this doctor, so I have created a entity doctor and used service object to retrieve other informations about this entity, because this entity object doesn't contain more information. It only contains the entity reference with ID. So I am taking the target ID. You can see that here also the target is of type entity reference. When you use plugins for create and update message, the target type is entity, but here the target type is entity reference. Okay, and I am extracting the ID, GUID of this entity reference and retrieving all other information from this record, doctor record. I am retrieving department because I want to check the department and the category also for the medicines while associating. Now this is the department variable. I am retrieving the department. So this stores the department for the current doctor. Now this section is important. Here we are retrieving all the associated e-medicines that I am trying to relate. Context.input parameter related entity is the property which stores all the related entities or related records for that doctor record, right? So this related entity is retrieved. This is of object entity relations reference collection. This entity reference collection is the object to store different types of entity reference which are pointing to the medicines entity. Now for all the medicines record, I want to do a for loop. For each medicines, I want to retrieve the medicine information that trying to associate and retrieve the category also stored in this variable, and again I am checking the condition. If department equal to diabetes and category not diabetes, then alert this, right? So this is the choice field value. How to get that choice field value? If you go here, open any choice field, this is the choice field column. You can go to the edit choice and click on 3 dots, click on view more. This is the value. So in plugin you have to use this one, not this text. So once we have defined the condition, we can throw invalid plugin execution exception. If you also add non-urology medicines to a doctor, diabetic doctor, it will throw error, and this should be registered in associate message. I hope it will help you in your project while working with N/N relationships. Thank you guys. If you want this code, you can visit my site and download the code and use it in your code. Thank you guys. See you.